Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well, and welcome to this evening's live stream where we're going to be going over the charts. I want to cover Bitcoin. Maybe we'll take a look at some altcoins, and yeah, just have a good time together. Last time we had, well, actually, I had a live stream yesterday, right? The last time I'd done a public live stream like this was about 2 weeks ago, where on that stream we caught Pepe, still in that Pepe long. So hopefully we get another Pepe, right? And I want to be going over Bitcoin, all-time highs, and my perspective on the market. I'd just like everyone to confirm you can hear me okay. Make sure everything sounds good. Let me know in the comments. That would be absolutely great. Before we get started, this is quite a cool one. We're actually streaming this to Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, Kick. We're on all the platforms tonight, so we got people tuning in from all over the place, all different places. I can actually combine all the chat into one little box here, so I can actually see the comments across all platforms, and I see a lot of comments saying sound is good. 2 live streams in a week, love it. Bull market vibes. Yes, the bull market vibes. I hope you're all loving this one, and yeah, let's get straight into it and started, right? So first of all, actually, one quick announcement. As you probably can predict, I just want to remind you all that we are running right now this 70% offer. This is the biggest discount that we have ever given, and it will be the biggest discount that we ever give. There's only a few days left of this now, and this is a discount to show to the people, the improvements that we've made, and just giving a really nice entry price so you can test it out and see that everything that we're talking about is real, and you can absolutely be in the best place to learn to trade right now. We got live trading streams, we got daily live stream updates. Of course, we have dedicated altcoin streams. We have the AMA streams. We have a dedicated Discord channel for each coach with a read-only channel where we post our trades and updates. And right now, at a 70% off discount, you do need to click checkout with code. Okay, so the price is going to be standard, but when you enter the discount code BTC70K for Bitcoin at $70,000, you will unlock that 70%. Of course, a few terms and conditions, which you can see on the screen here. And basically, this is just to make you aware it's for the older people coming back, right? So yeah, that's the 70% discount that we're running right now. That's the code, so you can activate the discount and come see for yourself the wonderful service that we are providing when it comes to trading education and simply crushing the charts. See some people saying link for the song. That song, let me just tell you really quickly, that song is called Little Bubble Liquidated. So yeah, that's what the song is called. Obviously an Avril Lavigne parody. So there you go, mate. That is Underwater Wood Welder asking for that. And that is the answer there, my friend. Yes, so over to the charts then. Let's go over to what we love. And let me give you a quick recap really quickly of what's been going on for the past few days, because I did a YouTube video. What was this, on Tuesday? Monday or Tuesday? I think it was Tuesday, where obviously I was talking you through the long that I was in from range low. So we'll pick up from there and bring it up to where we are now, just so we have a little bit of context. So for me, obviously, we originally hit this range low. That gave a long trade. Simply when you're at support, right, you take the long. So we come down here, formed a bit of a wick at range low, closed back above, and we had to remain very patiently for over 24 hours for this to come into play, because really simply we wait for range low is hit, we activate the long, and then we actually remained around range low for like 24 hours. So that was a long time ranging at range low, but patience pays, as we know. And eventually, after this was the entry wick, retest, we get another retest. Eventually, we started to get this underway, right? Patience pays, and we started to make our way up to range high. We actually got to range high, of course, an absolutely wonderful take profit. And we end in a little bit of a rejection candle. And the saying goes, trade the range till it breaks. Just as we take a long at range low, with that rejection, you take a short from range high. And simply, this is why we always say, trade the range till it breaks, right? And you got a very quick and heavy rejection from the range high, bringing you, in the end, down to around range low. Okay, and ultimately still giving you opportunities to trade the range till it breaks. And of course, in the end, we got a bit of another fake out range low and bringing us up to where we are here. Okay, so we had this range low, range high. We've gone from range low to range high to fake out of range low, heavy fake out, failed auction, and then we're coming back up to this range high. As you can see, if you just add it on to the previous high, that comes up into like a little bit of a third touch setup, right? So that is the context building of like what's going on over the past, how long? 24, 48 hours. And yeah, that brings us up to now we can start to look at what we're looking at next. Yeah, let me give a very massive shout out to Jason Casper, by the way. Lovely donation. Thank you ever so much. Yeah, of course, Jason is actually one of the only channels I've ever been on in terms of being a guest. And I must say he's an absolutely wonderful, top-notch guy, top-notch trader. And I have a massive amount of respect for you. So, yeah, shout out to you, Jason. Thanks, man. And yeah, I hope my take on BTC is helpful for you too, my friend. So, yeah, really simply for me, I want to take this on a little bit of a higher term time frame perspective, right? So I want to, well, if you do or do not know yet, I am actually more of a swing trader now. And that might come as a surprise to people that haven't been watching my content for a few years, because, I used to be a very big scalp trader. I would only ever be on the 1 minute charts, right? And now my style has changed greatly, and I am still looking at 1 minute chart, right? But I'm using this for my entries, and I'm very much looking at 4 hour, 1 day, 1 week timeframes, and I'm going for those big, massive swing trades, okay, where I can hold the position. Yeah, maybe 24 hours, but maybe, 1 month, for example. So I'm looking for these big higher term time frame swing trades, trading the trends. Okay. And if we just hide all the TA a second and we look at this, we are currently at $70,000. We are undeniably in a bull market. Okay. We are in a bull market right now. We have absolutely undeniably bullish market structure. We have strength across the board. Okay, from my perspective, again, bears are going to have a different perspective here, but from my perspective, we have strength across the board, and I'm continuing to trade the trend. And you can obviously tell from the title of this video, right? Bitcoin new all-time high target. I personally am looking for another new all-time high to come. So what we're looking at here is we can add on this channel. Okay, so we'll add on this channel, which gives us a viewpoint of a range low back from the end of February to the range high that was put in at the middle of March. Of course, from there we pulled back where to? Well, we pulled back to the 886 Fibonacci from low to high. 886 Fibonacci moving on back up towards the high of the range. And, I've talked about this before, and there is something that is very important when it comes to trading, right? Because you can see for yourself here. You see there's a lot of levels. I would call this a lot of levels on the chart, right? We got a lot of daily NPOCs, and the more we zoom out, the more you're going to be like, wow, yes, there are a lot of levels here. And of course, these levels are helpful, but they can also sometimes become too much. And this is where you really, truly have to understand context. Okay, because it is from the context that we then deliver the most important part of understanding which levels we want to trade and which ones we do not want to trade. So if you go back through my posts in the Discord, this is right. I remember wasn't that long ago, last week, maybe, yeah, like here. Remember this if you watched on YouTube, if you're in the Discord, right? We obviously had here 2 daily levels, and I made it very, very clear. Hey, these are 2 daily levels, yes, but I have no interest in those daily levels at all. No interest. I'm not going to be taking a short. Yes, they are levels, but my context is that we are going to push through them. I am not expecting a rejection there, and I have no interest in trading. And of course, we all know right now, we did go through those dailies like butter. And anyone that just sees a level and wants to trade it, they would have lost 2 trades potentially if they traded both of those dailies. And so the same fits for me now. Okay. Where we got the naked point of control, daily, naked point of control. These are all levels. And I'm never going to tell you don't trade the levels because, like, at the end of the day, you can do whatever you want, right? But I'm saying that I am not. Okay, oops, just mute that a second. Yeah, I'm saying I'm not actually interested in trading these levels. And so this comes down to me viewing the context and also understanding the type of trader that I am. I'm more interested in these swing trades. And as mentioned, right, I am I am really understanding the higher term time frame strength in here. Okay. And viewing this personally, I've got a few Elliott wave bullish and bearish count. They are leading me to believe higher prices are coming. So I've got my Elliott wave perspective of higher prices. Okay. And the Fibonacci time for me is another major factor. And we are right on to this pivot, right? But I'm giving it to the start of April. Okay, so we're on a Fibonacci time from now to the start of April, where we can be expecting leading into the expectation of another major move to the upside to create a new major all-time high pivot. So I'm reading the context. I am reading the order flow, which in my opinion is also healthy right now. When we come up here and we look at the order flow, we see open interest. Overall, yes. This is what I done a daily live stream this morning for the members. And, we were looking at the order flow and I was saying, well, yeah, the open interest is going fairly sideways now. But that's just simply because we're in an area of consolidation. Overall, when we look at this, zoom out a little bit, we can see clearly on this uptrend, there was very large increases of an open interest. And currently, as it speak, we are over 1 billion. So for me, this is, this is bullish order flow. I'm not viewing this as bearish. So I have the order flow, I have the market structure, like the context that derives from that market structure. Okay, I have my Elliott waves, I have my Fibonacci time. All of these factors for me are telling me we will be making a new all-time high. So that is why I have little interest in trading a short at any of these naked pointer controls. Okay. And that's not to say we cannot reject from them. Okay. Please remember that my perspective here is we're going to be making a new all-time high, but this could take another week. It could take another month, right? I just believe that we will push on to that new all-time high. But it might be that we get a retrace first. And this is where, yes, absolutely right. We do have a range high up here. Okay. And you could absolutely come up, take out range high and continue to trade this range, right? That's an acceptable trade, especially for a lower term time frame trader. Even myself, I might take that trade at times, right? And so, where I'm going with this is that, of course, there are potential reversal here, but we're expecting more of a local reversal. So even if we did get the short here and a reversal, we would still be ultimately looking at this from my perspective as it stands right now as a buy the dip opportunity for further continuation to the upside to print a brand new all-time high on Bitcoin. So you can see I'm viewing this in terms of probabilities. Wow, we got some pretty crazy weather going on outside. You can't hear this, I don't think, but wow. Yeah, we're viewing this in terms of probabilities, traders mindset. I'm viewing this from a trader's perspective and really believe that we can absolutely push on to form a new all-time high next on Bitcoin. That's really what I am looking for those reasons. Of course, I got my 2 liters of water. Let me just see if we got any questions in here because I want to keep this interactive and fun for you all. So let me see what we got going on in here. It says, oh my God, how many levels? I have all of the levels marked out, right? So this is, and again, this looks confusing when you're on a weekly term time frame, but it come down to like a 30-minute chart. And you can see that those levels down here lower on the chart, they are not so they're not so crazy. For example, you see here really nice confluence. Okay, you then see here nice confluence. So the more you zoom in, the more spread out those levels come. Like here, you start to see confluence. So I like to have all of the levels marked out, right? And then with all the levels marked out on a smaller term time frame, they become much more manageable. But in situations like this, 2 naked pointer controls. One is a 60 tick, one is a 1 tick. Then we got a week daily, an MPOC, which is so close to all-time highs. Yeah, simply for me, these are levels, yes, but not levels that I will be trading. you know, especially like this daily NPOC. That's just not a level I would ever be looking to trade. All-time high for Bitcoin. Yo, okay, Jacob, what's on, bro? And yes, well, fingers crossed it's Arsenal year, right? If we can go on and win the Prem, win the Champions League, hey, that would be something special. What do I think of? You know, people asking me to look at Pepe. We can take a very quick look at Pepe, then come to Bitcoin, then maybe look at an alt. So yeah, let's take a look at Pepe. So just so everybody's on the same path right now, this is an altcoin setup that we went over 2 weeks ago, where at the time we were looking for a 40% drop to the downside, 1618 Fibonacci extension onto a very important anchored VWAP. We were looking for a, from here to here, 40% drop to activate a long trade to, of course, bring it back up. That was the prediction that I made on stream. And this is, of course, how it is going. We got the move down onto the 1618 extension. Okay. Here. Onto the anchored VWAP. Okay. And it gave us the long trade entry. What was an important level? What we were looking at, it was the weekly. So this is a weekly level. You can see here, move up weekly, rejection, back to range point of control. Move back up to weekly, pull back to around range point of control. I mean, this is extremely technical. Okay, you can just see yourself. This is, madre mia, just absolute perfection. I will try and find an update of where I've talked about Pepe. Yeah, so here I was talking about Pepe flipping the range point of control into support. Of course, here is when it looked like when I was telling the champs staying long for the weekly. Okay, this is what it was looking like back then. Okay, so we had a daily, we had 2 dailies here. Didn't want to trade either of those dailies, and I was looking for the weekly. Okay, and obviously that was the entry that we had. And well, we can see the importance of that weekly, right? Hit it. And this is what I just mean, that there is never ever a random pivot, even on a meme coin, Pepe. And I actually had a really funny comment on YouTube, and the comment was, "Oh my God, why are you trading Pepe? This is a scam coin. This is a meme coin." And my reply to this was simple. Hey, I don't care if it's a meme coin. I don't care if it's Bitcoin. I don't care if it's XYZ coin, right? If there is a technical trade, there's profit to be made. So for me, yeah, I don't care if Pepe is a meme coin and everyone hates it or whatever. Like, there was a technical trade set up. We had the plan. We had the preparation. Take the trade, right? We made a massive amount of profit on this. This is a bounce of, you know, from the absolute low to the current weekly high, 50% bounce to the upside. 50% bounce to the upside. So, like, who cares if it's a meme coin, right? Profit is profit. You're in this game to make profit. So yeah, that was kind of a funny comment, because sometimes, you know, it doesn't matter if it's a meme coin, right? It's still profit to be made. So yeah, still for me though, Pepe looks good. Okay, of course we have hit already a take profit 1 on this, right? Absolutely can be locking in take profit 2, but ultimately still having this run and looking for the range high. So even from here, it's still another like 37% to the upside. So yeah, but for me, the Pepe viewpoint is, of course, range point of control is important, and we are holding that as support. So maintaining that, holding it as support, absolutely very important. I just had a notification saying that the YouTube are not happy that I put the song at the start of that video. I think that's going to be potentially having to be muted, that song, because YouTube are not happy with me for using that song apparently. Anyway, I don't really care. Yeah, really simply, I am still looking for continuation. Very important that we hold the range point of control. Okay, while we're maintaining this, look, it's still higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, continuation to the upside. Bitcoin is going to be important here because, you know, if Bitcoin does fall down heavily, boom, then of course this is going to aid Pepe being dragged to the downside. So as long as we don't get a massive dump on Bitcoin, yes, I am still looking for further upside on Pepe. And that is the case as long as we don't get a big dump on Bitcoin. Because, yeah, you all know, right? You're not hopefully too new to this. If Bitcoin gets a massive dump, then, the altcoin's probably going to fall as well, right? So, it is a little bit dependent on Bitcoin. But, yeah, with my perspective as it is, with Pepe looking as it is, I am looking for further upside. Let me just see a few more comments in here. Hi mate, give us another share like Nvidia. You have been bullish on it for ages, and your prediction went from Nvidia was an insane call, right? Cool. I'll take this last question and then I'll take a look at an asset. I think so. The question is, can I take a look at CVD divergences? And so yeah, I'll go over this because it's always good to take a look at this together. So the question is, CVD is making new lows on Bitcoin. What does this mean, sir? So this is, for people that don't know, looking at order flow type software and looking at the charts from this perspective. So we are clearly formed a lower high here, or a massive lower low on the CVD. But here we're actually holding higher lows and we are forming lower lows on the CVD. And I think sometimes people misread this. This is really simply bullish CVD divergences. So this is not RSI, this is not OBV, this is CVD, cumulative volume delta. And with this, we can see that there is a lot of market sells happening in the market and limit orders are holding up the price. So that creates a bullish divergence where we generally say the more new trader, generally speaking, of course it can not be the case, but we're saying there's a lot of small market sells and a bigger trader with a limit order is holding up price. So with this information, it creates bullish CVD divergences. And that is another factor of expecting a further continuation to the upside, right? So yeah, that is my perspective on the CVD. Even here locally, this is bullish CVD divergence. This is crazy, like a 10 million long opening here. I just saw like nearly 15 million longs open. This is, of course, I just want to make one thing very clear, right? Just because we are like bullish and we're looking for further upside doesn't just mean I would long now. Okay, so that's something that's very important to note. When I come in here, I say, hey, I'm bullish, long and chill, expecting further upsides, not in any short trades. That doesn't mean take a long right now because we're going to go straight up. I said it at the start, right? We can absolutely pull back first. So it's never a good idea to long right now because you are up towards the top of the range. This is coming into resistance. You want to wait for pullbacks. So never just take a long because we say we're bullish, right? But because what I see on the chart here is we just had 15 million new longs open, which is insane because they're longing at a very bad area. This is not a great area to open new longs, right? And you just see a massive amount of longs opening. So, this is not something we generally want to see at a mini range high, again, lower term time frame perspective. But you see 15 million longs opening here. It's not really a sign that you want to see at the top of the range. So yeah, that for me, absolutely, we can, I'll say it again, we can absolutely get a pullback here. I would still view that as a buy the dip opportunity. But yeah, when we look at the order flow, looking simply at the CVD, we do have bullish CVD divergences. But for me, yeah, it's a little worrying that we see just now 15 million new longs open towards the range high. This doesn't mean I would also open a short. And I might give you a little bit of a golden little bit of a nugget. And that is, my friends, please pay attention. You do not always need to be taking trades. I said it. You do not need to be always taking trades. So we see on the chart a little bit of a bullish CVD divergence, and we see a lot of longs opening. You have to understand a lot of the time as a trader, especially a swing trader like myself, we are remaining patient. So there are optimal times to take a trade, right? When you have very high trading confluence, giving you a high probability trade setup. And a lot of the time, you're looking at a chart where you've got 50-50 probabilities. You can go up or you can go down. Okay, simple as that. And so why would we trade as professional traders that have been doing this for years, every single day for years? Why would we come in here and take 50-50 trades? If I want to trade 50-50, hey, I'll go to the casino and roll a dice, right? I'm not into gambling. I'm into technical analysis where I have the high probabilities in my favor. I have some trade setups that are giving me 90% win rates, ultra high probabilities that when I take this trade setup, I'm going to win it. You know, I'm patient. I'm waiting for those very, very good trades. High probabilities built on statistics. Okay, we're talking about hundreds, thousands of trades that are into one setup that give me high probabilities. That's what I wait for. And that is what you need to do too, if you want to take this seriously. Stop taking bad trades. Stop taking 50-50 trades. Stop trading out of boredom and stop trading at random points in the chart or just off of one level. Hey, we hit a daily, I'm going to take a short. Hey, we hit a naked point of control, I'm going to take a long. No, stop doing that. You want to wait for high probability confluence backed up with a reaction with good order flow. I tell you what, one simple thing will change you from looking at your win rate of why am I losing the majority of my trades to, hey, I'm actually winning the majority of my trades. It just takes a little bit of patience to wait for your setups, monitor the reaction, check the order flow, make informed decisions. And I'm telling you, your win rate will skyrocket. It will skyrocket. It will. If you truly understand, of course, you have to put in the time to learn this. But once you've learned it, you will see this P&L curve going up in the long term. You will see that win rate increasing because you are able to remain patient, confident for those best trade setups. Okay, so that's what I'll say about that. Let me just see, and then I will take a altcoin, I think. Yeah, I'll take an altcoin suggestion. Why not? We'll put it out right now. If you wanna let me know what altcoin you'd like me to take a look at, whatever one is voted the highest, I'll take a look at the altcoin for you all. And then we can look at BTC again. I needed that advice. I love this guy. Love you too, Charles. I'm happy to help, honestly. It is my pleasure. While we see some of these comments coming, I'll just remind you again, we are running 70% off right now. The biggest discount we've ever done, the biggest discount we're ever going to do. Simple as that. And, we're never going to be waiting a very, 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 very long time till you ever see us doing any more discounts, right? So this is really your last opportunity if you want to ever get in on a discounted price. This is for your first month back, 70% off. Come in here, check it out. You do have to use the code BTC70K upon hitting checkout. Okay. Yeah, and just to make you aware of that, right? So you can obviously come across to the website, chartchampions.com, click on sign up. You will be able to select, for example, champion. You'll be able to select your, your interested method of payment. Okay, interested in, of course, you can want to do a higher term, you can. And when it comes to entering your details, and then you can get into a code, you do have to enter the code BTC70K, just so you're aware of that. Yeah. Putting that out there. I will also say this, if you have any problems, of course, you can contact customer service via the live chat on the website. So here you can, if you ever have run into a problem, contact customer service. They'll be able to get back to you and help you out with any problems you have. You can contact customer service via the live chat, via the Discord, customer service CC, via email. There's several ways if you should run into any problems to get support, but this is probably the best way via the live chat. So just putting that out there. And now with that, we have got a lot of comments come in. So let me try and work out which is the highest voted comment here. Probably easier said than done. Yes, while we're going through this, hit that like button. If you are enjoying, please just give a quick like to the video. Press that love heart. Give it some love, right? Yeah, that would be really, really nice. Just a quick reminder, hit the likes, smash up that like button, show some love, share the video out if you are feeling so inclined. But yeah, if you can give a quick like, that would be absolutely wonderful indeed. So I think that the highest voted comment here is between Looks like AVAX is a contender. Looks like Link is a contender. Looks like Jamsey is a contender. Looks like Dot is a contender. Hmm. I reckon the majority of people here you know what? I'm going to take a look at this second Jamsey. We had AVAX. Let me see this then. I'm just going to take a quick look at Link as well. Link dot Jamsey AVAX. Okay, so I've got these added now to my watch list. So, quick perspective here. Of course, they are very different looking charts. You have Dot, which is nearly all-time lows. You have Link, which is doing fairly well, right? Up against the many other coins. So you got Link in a bit of consolidation. You got Jamsey, which is starting to fly. Then you got AVAX, which is also doing very. Is this called Avalanche? Is this Avalanche, right? Can't remember the real name of this coin, but I'm pretty sure it might be Avalanche. I remember actually buying spot AVAX like 1 year ago. So I do know AVAX. I did invest in that. Yeah, I think that I'm going to take a look at AVAX. Then we'll see how the time goes. Maybe we'll look at Jamsey or Link, because I think those are also interesting coins as well. So we'll start off with AVAX at the very least. I think this is a really nice coin. I know a bit of its fundamentals. I was shilled this coin by some people that I know. So I know a little bit about this coin and the hype that it's got, and I have traded it myself. It was a few years ago, but I still do remember that. So I'm going to take a look at AVX for you all. So I hope that you enjoy. Hopefully we get a nice setup. If we can nail another one like we did last time on Pepe, that would be very nice indeed, right? So let's take a look here together. So we are looking at this in terms of, yeah, pretty nice support around this zone. Got a daily perspective. Okay. I would view this as a bit of a range that's going on. So we have the range low, range high. We are through the middle of the channel. I would pull this as a fixed range. We're above the value area high. Very, very nice indeed. And I would look at the downtrends here. Value area high above us. Looking good. Next thing I would do is I think you're going to be through major speed fans. So let's just see where this bounced off of. Through that. Yeah, massively fell through that. So that's fine. I'm just going to check this on the opposite. You're going to be not quite up to it, but we're looking at like another, yeah, quite a large rise. So we got a value area high here on the lower term time frames. Point of control. This is a really nice, starting to look at a nice zone. Look at this already. We got the value area high, point of control, CC, all lining up here together. That is good to see. Let me just see what else. So the anchor VWAP from where this got impulsive. Oh, that is like Pepe, right? So, you know, we looked at Pepe and we were looking at this anchored VWAP for the bounce where we got our entry. That's where we got our entry on Pepe, right? You know, this is where we were looking for it to come down to. That's what happened. Anchored VWAP. Look at this. AVAX coming down to that anchored VWAP for a 136% bounce to the upside off of that one simple level, the anchored VWAP. That is why I love anchored VWAP. On these altcoins, anchored VWAP is king. Anchored VWAP is extremely useful technical tool. So start using the anchored VWAP. If you want to make some pretty simple profits, right? Pepe, pulled back to anchored VWAP, nearly 50% pump to the upside. AVAX, pull back to the anchored VWAP, 136% pump to the upside from that one simple level. If you don't know how to use the anchored VWAP, get yourself over right now to Chart Champion, 70% discount. Come over to the courses section and come over and look at the section. You would be looking at strategies. You would want to look at the tools and charts, and you'd want to look at the volume course. Within this, you're going to be having everything that you need.
Hello, everybody. Hope that you are very well.
You can see me from a few years ago too. That you need to actually learn about the anchored VWAP, okay, hello, and your other technical trading tools.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so the anchored VWAP actually going to be here, right there. Anchored VWAP contender session. And you also have, of course, the timestamps, everything that you need to go through and learn about the anchored VWAP. It's a very, very nice way to learn. You can learn about the anchored VWAP in 8 minutes. There you go. 8-minute video. You've learned about the anchored VWAP. An amazing tool. Go and do it right now. 8 minutes. But yeah, absolutely wonderful to see that. We do actually have that anchored VWAP coming in once more, potentially at this point of control too. Really liking this setup, that I think, honestly. So the speed fan from here to here. Just take it back off. Yeah, maybe down. This is maybe coming down towards the low of the range. Just see a comment coming in from Structurator, who is watching this live stream right here. This is a champion member. Just see you mentioned the anchor VWAP. We had a dump on Uno Resinure to exactly the anchored VWAP of the previous high. It came as a surprise, but with this information for your live stream, I feel much more confident that this could be the same pattern. We could be facing a massive pump. Never heard of that coin, but you are absolutely welcome, my friend, and I'm glad you're enjoying this video too as a champion. But yeah, I would be saying the pullback here on. I would be saying, yeah, the pullback here on AVAX is looking sweet. It is looking sweet indeed. Let's see what this looks like on a pitchfork right now. We definitely got the confluence coming in here. Let me just see how this, for 1 second, looks on a standard shift. I think I prefer it on the standard. Yeah, I'm going to keep on the standard shift. But we definitely have two very similar to Pepe. On Pepe, we actually had two areas of interest, and it ended up pulling back to the second area of interest, right? And I think that we really have two areas of interest here. So first thoughts, first area of interest, pretty clear. Second area of interest here. Let's take a little bit more of an in-depth look into why and how we would actually look for this trade. So okay. So will we get some sort of ending diagonal? What I like to do is pull something like this and see how this would look. This would be too big. No, it doesn't really fit. Okay, so let me just see this. So we're going to pull a Fibonacci extension from the low of that anchored view up to this high right here. And I'm going to view it from here. We are obviously through the 1-to-1. We're around the 1-to-1. So what we could actually be looking at this as is some sort of correction before we move on again, right? So some form of flat, okay, but we're looking for more of a bullish flat, right? Because we have a bit of a retrace here, then we have the increase, and if we're looking at this as a corrective bit of price action, we could even get this to our first area of interest for that come down to the lower value area low zone. Honestly, that is the perspective that I am going for. Yes, honestly, that's the perspective I'm going for. So I think we have two interesting long trades here. Okay, I feel the first interesting long is around the point of control in the CC on the value area high. I do prefer the second one to the downside, which I'll explain in a minute. This is our first area of interest though, okay? But I do like this second lower one. Why? Well, we have the anchored VWAP. We actually have the weekly level, okay? And we have the value area low, and we have this speed fan. And so, of course, this speed fan though is dependent on time, okay? If we get a longer drawn out correction, the speed fan is going to be higher up. So this speed fan is time dependent, of course, but I do like this lower place because we also have these series of lows, and we always like to see like lower liquidity, right? So I feel that this lower level, right, we could be looking for this to maintain a higher low structure, put in the higher low on this area of support, clear invalidation, and we can actually still be searching up, in my opinion, for all-time highs. 300% to the upside still to go, potentially, right, on AVAX. So this would be a very nice looking setup. Coming down into major confluence, okay, and continuation of an uptrend. So yeah, that would be into around the speed fan, anchored VWAP, value area low, and weekly. This was a weekly level. Correct. So that's the sort of support zone that I'd be looking at here. Hold the higher low, take out the lows here, hit some liquidity, maintain the higher low, hold support of the support zone, simply put. So I feel that that's what I'd be looking for on AVAX. Pretty sure Bybit still has this. Let me actually just check really quickly. Make sure I can actually trade this. I remember when I traded it before, it was on Bybit, so I imagine it's still here, but let's double check. Yes, it is still here. Good. You can trade it on the tether pair. Hey, that's perfect. The perpetual swap pair. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I could actually trade this before I just wasted my time. Although I am a trade on BingX. Let's actually just see if is it on BingX as well. Out of interest. And it's also on BingX, right? So you have a few different options: Bybit, BingX. They both have it. So yeah, AVX seems like a pretty decent trade. You know, the way that I would approach this: have the alert set, wait for the alerts to be triggered, right? Check the reaction and see if it's good enough. But that's what I'll be looking at in terms of the altcoin, AVAX. There, I feel like it's a really nice, lining up to a really nice type of pullback. Again, some people might be like, "Oh, I'm never going to get this pullback. I'm not going to wait that long." Well, you might have thought that the same on Pepe, right? We were waiting for a 40% drop on Pepe. We got a 40% drop, pinpoint the low, and we're now like 40% in profits. So, you know, these pullbacks happen. Hey, that's the level I'm waiting for. And again, for me, it's always this thing: if I miss the altcoin, it doesn't pull back. Hey, I miss the altcoin, doesn't pull back. Don't lose anything there, right? I only have potential gains, and that's it. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking at there on then AVAX. Bitcoin, so yeah, same perspective. All-time highs. Yeah, bit crazy. We see 15 million new longs opening up towards the range high. I am aware we can absolutely get a local pullback on Bitcoin. And if we do get a pullback on Bitcoin, I will be looking to long the dip currently. Do not think we've lost any major market structure. We got no major signs of weakness. For me, that dip is a long the dip. Again, it might take a few weeks, but hey, my plan remains the same. Even if we pull back, still looking while we maintain the overall bigger range support for a new all-time high to come. I think this lines up really nicely with our Fibonacci time. And yeah, that's really the setup that I would love to see being hit there. Let me take a few questions. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. And I'll say again, if you want to see more, smash that like button, hit the likes, everybody. We got over 1,000 people in here right now, nearly 1,400 people, and we only have 200 likes. Come on, hit that like button. Let's get that ratio up. We can do better. I know we can. Hit that like button, show your support, show your love, and yeah, bring a smile to my face, right? Thank you ever so much. I truly mean it. Just reading through the comments. Yes, this is something that I've started to add in, which is, yeah, I'm glad you like this. This is like doing voice messages. So this is the cool thing about having Discord, right? This guy says, just want to highlight that your little voice memos for updates are highly appreciated throughout the day. 1 to 3 minutes is sometimes enough to give your thoughts, etc., and gives a great quality. And this is something that I do in the Discord. Sometimes I'll, you know, of course, I'm posting in here my trades and my predictions and all that. And so I'll just record a voice message, you know, of giving out the plans, giving out what I'm looking for. And, you know, voice messages are a nice way to communicate that. I obviously gave one yesterday, right? I gave a voice message yesterday to the group. Somewhere, there you go. Yeah. 170 likes. Yeah, a lot of people like that. So yeah, I'm glad you like the voice messages. Let me see if we have any good questions. Okay, so the question that we have here, that I will go through would be this. What is the lowest I see Bitcoin going on the next retrace? So a very good question, right? So I have a few areas of interest. Of course, simply the range low is the first area of interest, right? Range low, that's coming in at around $58,000. This is not the lowest, but this is a very big, important level, range low. Okay, just like you look for shorter range high, you look for longer range low. But I think in terms of confluence and strong levels, you can see where my alert is. I'm looking to just honestly though, just below $50,000 to take out these series of lows. But that's what I would say. Losing this is just so massive, big weakness. This is a must hold level, like really is must hold. And if we come down here first before hitting new all-time highs, of course, that's bigger bullish context. I'd be very cautious if we come up here, hit all-time highs, and then make our way down here. That is going to be much more bearish. So it depends on the context of how we get here. If it is off the context of a lower high down, I think that's much more bullish. But if it is off the context of a new all-time high, targets hit down, then of course it's more bearish. But yeah, the confluence that you have here at around $49,000, $48,000 is very big. Monthly naked point of control, weekly levels, CC Fibonacci, point of controls. This is just what we like to see in terms of really big support, in terms of confluence. So yeah, on Bitcoin, I'd be looking at that these around $49,000, $48,000 of, to answer the question there of what, you know, what would I be looking at as like the biggest retracement, which is still healthy? Yeah, 50K. If we start to lose that, I think we get a much bigger retracement. So we don't really want to see that lost unless we hit all-time high first and I get a short, then I'd like to see it lost, right? But let's wait and see. Hey, Lee Summers. Yo, Lee, shout out to you, bro. Hope you're doing well. Jason says, how can I get the 70% discount? Really simply, chartchampions.com. Use the code BTC70K at checkout, and you will activate 70% off your first month checking us out, right? If you have any problems, contact customer service. They will help you. If you have trouble activating the code, if the payment doesn't work, etc., yeah, you can contact customer service, but that is how you do that. Hi Daniel, I am new. How many confluences do you need to enter a trade? Good question. And there's not like a set amount, but I really like to see 3+. So I'm really looking for 3+. There are occasions where I will trade 1, but that is then always backed up with order flow. So you could class that as 2 really. So let's say I have 1 level. I need to see the order flow confirmation upon taking the trade. So really the lowest would be 2 level plus order flow, but I really like to see 3. Like that's my perfect 3+, is what I like to see. So absolute lowest is 2 level plus order flow, but yeah, 3 is what I'd always prefer to see to be trading. Posting here for the interaction credit, but I wanted to say that after 3 years in Chart Champions, I couldn't possibly thank you enough, Daniel. I am profitable now, and 2024 will be the best year ever for me. Thanks. You are more than welcome. What a wonderful comment, honestly. And I am, well, it's an honestly just a pleasure to be able to, yeah, help you. That's what I'm here for, right? That's why I do this. So, yeah, I class myself as very lucky and blessed to help you in that regard. So, yeah, lovely to see that. I always love that. So, yeah, you're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to do this question here, and then I will move on. And this question is good. So why do you use 60 ticks? It's always hard to select a question, right? Because there are lots of good questions, but I feel this is a very helpful one for a lot of people. So why do I use 60 ticks? Very good question, my friends. So what he's referring to is when we come over to look at the order flow, and I know some people are going to be slightly confused, but basically you can look at the amount of ticks. So if I just switch to a template here, let me put this on. Just think I just need to move this around. Bear with me one absolute second. Can't remember how you do this. There we go. So you can actually see the top of the screen, right? So you can see here the amount of ticks. So you can see on different templates, I'm using different ticks. I got 50 ticks going on here. I got 100 ticks going on here. I got 60 ticks, 50 ticks. I'm using 1 tick here, 40 ticks here. So I'll explain this now. Okay, so I'm not here to say what is right or what is wrong, really. I'm here to say like what I use and back that up. So the reason why I use different ticks is because I feel you want to be using a different tick size depending on time frame and the current market context. So I actually have another template which is just my own, where I actually have like 6 different ticks of the same chart. So different sizes, it's different tick sizes. And I use that to look at what is the most respected, what is the most accurate tick size. Is it 1 tick? Is it 2 tick? Is it 5 ticks? Is it 10 ticks? Is it 50 ticks, 40 ticks, 60 ticks? Right? You can only know which is currently the most well-respected tick size if you are monitoring different tick sizes. So I have a template where I have these charts, the same as what you see here, but just with all of the tick sizes that I like to compare. And then with the tick size, which is from my perspective and research, the most respected, is what I will use in the templates that I share with the members, right? So if you are a member, you will have these templates given to you where I've already done the hard work, right? and made these templates, and then all you need to do is come over here and import them, and you've already got it all set up. So yeah, that is personally why, again, on the 60 tick, I'm using that on a weekly perspective, because from my perspective on the weekly, 60 ticks is what had the most respect. I will also look at the 1 tick on stream, because 60 ticks, 1 tick is nice because 1 tick is just like the default 1 tick, right? But for the weekly, I find, yeah, 60 ticks is really nice. For example, when we're looking at the monthly, I'm looking at 100 ticks. When I'm looking at the 30-minute, I'm looking at 40 ticks. So different charts, different time frames require different tick sizes. The more smaller tick, the more accurate you're going, so to speak. But it also can become a little bit too defined when you're on such a low tick size. That's why you can generally see here, the higher the time frame, the more ticks. But then, you know, for example, on a 4-hour time frame, I have a lot of data that also suggests like 10 tick is a very accurate tick size. So, you know, that it sometimes changes, right? 10, 60, but I think for me anyway, 60 ticks works the nicest, but I will tell you that like 10 ticks is nice as well. 2024 year of the champion. Absolutely. Yes, my friends. Look at this. Hey, Dan, you found you randomly 2 years ago on a YouTube live with you rocking those yellow glasses. Hope somebody new finds you the same way and changes their life. All the love. Wow. The yellow glass. I think I remember those glasses. They were like blue like glasses that I was wearing for a while. That was funny. But yeah, that's the goal, right? If you give the like to a video, if you share the video, like I truly believe what we are doing actually truly does have the power to change your life. And that's like no exaggeration. You can see the feedback from members that have changed their life, like for real. They've come in, they've learned the content, they've met their dream of becoming just a trader. Like it is life-changing if you put in the time. So like if you get lucky, you stumble across the YouTube algorithm and you pick up CC, then you know you stumble on a gold mine, right? You do not want to stumble on some other channels on crypto where the majority of people are scammers, or they're just simply ex-chart champion members, because there's a lot of ex-chart champions out there who like to do their own things. But you know, you want to stumble on the source where most people even came to learn themselves. Chart Champions. So hopefully the CC algorithm is live. Sign up for Chart Champions deal if you want your own money printer. Amen, my friends. Money printer go brrr when you're following along with the champs, right? It's been a nice old time. Let me see if we do have anything new going on in the chart. Yeah, this is always a thing, right? We start to go live and Bitcoin just just decides to go to sleep. How long have we been going on here? Oh my god, an hour. Yeah, I think I'll call it a wrap. Final reminder, if you want to take advantage of that 70% off discount, this is running for the last few days, and then it is going to be over to an end. And if you are looking to take advantage of any exchange deals, we do have the best deals currently available for Bybit, BingX, which is a non-KYC exchange where you can trade crypto and you can trade some of the stock market. Femex is an option, Quant Tower for the order flow, ExpressVPN for your VPN, TopStep for your prop firms. My favorite of these would be Bybit for crypto and BingX for the crypto stocks for non-KYC. So yeah, these are my two main ones, but we have these as options for the people that are, biased towards wanting to use something other than the rest, right? But for BingX and Bybit, those are my two go-tos. So yeah, BTC, 70K, 70% off your first month back. Take advantage of that if you want to join the money printer. And I wish you all a wonderful Easter weekend. Of course, it is a long weekend for many. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, I believe. So I do truly wish you all the best. Of course, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I go through is financial advice. Your own money is at stake here. And, I'm just giving you my opinions and thoughts, commentary for education and entertainment purposes only. So yeah, please remember that it is very important. But yeah, let me just say this. Oh, epic. Shout out to Jake, who remembers the 32K shirt that I had. Can you remember that? That was, how do I get rid of this? Yeah. Who remembers that? I remember this. This was back in 2022? We shorted $69,000 all-time high, and I was predicting $32,000 for a long time. And we come down, we hit $32,000. You remember this? We hit $32,000 and we wicked back up to like $40,000 instantly. That was a day and a half. Let's try and find that day because there we go. This is the day. This was the day, the 4th of December. Come down. Oh no, that was not the day. Where was me? Where is the day? 32. This was the day. Yes, this was the day where we actually had this wick here down onto $32,000, and then we had the move back up to $48,000. And this is where I managed to come on stream with a shirt saying 32 because we were short from $69,000 and we were targeting $32,000 for so long. And we made our way down, we made our way down, we made our way down, we made our way down. We hit $32,000 and then we pumped all the way back up to $48,000. Of course, we made our way in the end down to $15,000. And now here we are at $70,000. It's a journey. We have a lot of fun in this market, right? But I remember that. That was hilarious. So yeah, I think... Yes, see you all soon. Thank you ever so much. 70% off is via the code. It is via the code, my friend. BTC 70K, check out chartchampions.com. That's how you get it, my friend. I would just say that. Thank you ever so much. It truly is a pleasure, as always. I love to do this, and I hope you had some fun with me tonight too. Cheers, everybody. Final reminder, yes, I am looking for new all-time highs on Bitcoin. Okay, if you want some more in-depth, in detail, exact targets that I'm looking for at all-time high, exact targets, exact time, then I will be covering that in the Champions live stream on Sunday for the Champions. Okay, so Sunday for the Champions, you can get the exact in-depth targets on Bitcoin. Okay, so I'll cover that on Sunday for the Champions. I'll see you in the group. Thank you ever so much. Hope you've enjoyed. And that is me signing out. Absolutely. Thank you ever so much and have a brilliant weekend. Goodbye, champs. Bye-bye.